Portugal's southernmost region, the Algarve, a territory that was fought over for centuries and occupied by very different cultures, is home to a rich seam of folklore and mythology. Among the more shadowy corners of Algarvian folklore are tales of wolves, spectral dogs, and other shape-shifting creatures that haunt the rural hinterlands. And there's much more too, so join me as we discover the dark tales, folklore, and mythology of the Algarve in Portugal. Shapeshifter legends are especially prevalent in the Serra do Caldeirão, a mountain range that stretches across the inland north of the Algarve. The rugged landscape, far from the busy coast, has long been a fertile ground for stories of things that move through the night, half seen and half believed. One such creature is the lobisomem, the Portuguese version of the werewolf. In Algarvian folklore, the lobisomem is not merely a cursed man who transforms with the full moon, but often a tragic figure, someone marked by fate or sin. One tale from the village of Alte tells of a young shepherd who, after refusing to baptize his godchild, was doomed to become a wolf every Saturday night. Locals claim to hear eerie howls echoing through the valleys and found strange paw prints circling sheep pens at dawn. This version of the werewolf is not necessarily violent, but is condemned to wander, unable to speak or return home until the first rays of sunlight. Closely linked to the lobisomem is the legend of the cão negro, or black dog, a common archetype in Indo-European descended folklore. The cão negro is said to be a spectral beast that roams crossroads and ancient paths, especially where old Roman roads once lay. The black dog is usually a harbinger of doom. In Tavira there is a tale of a giant black hound that guards the ruins of a Moorish watchtower. It is said to have flaming red eyes and leaves no tracks, even on soft ground, and those who follow it are said to vanish or return touched by madness. In some stories the dog speaks, luring wanderers away from safety with promises of treasure, only to lead them into peril or to their deaths. One of the most enduring figures in Algarvian folklore is the enchanted Moura, a supernatural being often associated with the region's Moorish past. According to legend, she is a beautiful Moorish maiden who appears at night, usually near ruins, caves or springs, combing her long black hair with a golden comb. She is said to be guarding some hidden treasure and cursed to remain between worlds until someone breaks the spell, often by kissing her or solving a riddle. Some say she was once a real princess, left behind after the Christian reconquest of the region, condemned to wait eternally for her lover's return. Her presence is strongest on Midsummer's Eve, when the veil between the worlds is thinnest, and those who dare seek her may find great fortune, or be lost forever. There are also accounts of shape-shifting women, often tied to the enchanted Moura, but with evil intentions. Known in some stories as bruxas, or witches, or feiticeiras, sorceresses, they are said to take on the form of owls, goats or wolves to travel unnoticed by day. In Monchique, a mountainous area rich in ancient pagan traditions, it is said that a woman who is wronged or dies with a vengeful heart can return as a shapeshifter. One legend tells of a woman called Maria de Noite, a healer accused of witchcraft, who vanished after being driven from her village. Not long after, shepherds began reporting a large white wolf that watched over them from a distance but never attacked. When someone tried to shoot it, the bullet passed through without harm. Locals believed it was Maria, cursed or empowered by ancient magic to roam the mountains in another form. These darker legends often served as warnings, moral tales to ensure social order, explain the unexplainable, or simply pass time as entertaining stories. Another popular legend comes from the ancient city of Silves, where a Moorish king once fell in love with a northern princess called Gilda. Unused to the southern climate and saddened by the lack of snow, Gilda became ill with melancholy. In an effort to revive her spirits, the king ordered almond trees to be planted across the region. When they bloomed, their white petals blanketed the landscape like snow, lifting her sorrow. The almond blossom became a lasting symbol of love, and to this day the flowering trees of February are thought to echo that long-lost romance. The Algarve's connection to the raging sea has also given rise to numerous tales of maritime mystery. Along the coast in yesteryear, fishermen would tell scuttlebutt tales of giant sea serpents with eyes like lanterns and teeth as long as a man's arm. These creatures, it is said, lay in the depths beyond the cliffs, only surfacing during storms or when ships stray too far from shore. One legend tells of a ghostly galleon that appears shrouded in fog with its tattered sails moving without wind, said to be crewed by the souls of sailors who defied the ocean's will. Like most European folklore, the monsters and folk tales of the Algarve are rarely mindless threats. They are replete with human flaws and a sense of ancient justice, tied to the land that birthed them. They encompass elements of real history, culture and society, passed down through the generations, morals of their surroundings and the layers of ancient customs around them. And there are still lessons to be learned from these stories. The human condition is often one of learning, forgetting and then having to relearn again. Old wives' tales and folk stories like these can sometimes give us a shortcut, as they were intended. But that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share and most importantly subscribe. And you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description or via YouTube. Super thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.